Folks, what's going on this happy Friday Eve or Friday morning, right before the end of the official end of summer with Labor Day? Man, I got to tell you, this summer has flown by. Uh, I have had the opportunity to be in like seven different states this summer, and let me tell you, I had no idea that it was going to be this. It would take this much time and be this all encompassing. I mean, I thought we'd be able to fly in and out of some states and get some stuff done, but you know what? I got the good news is this: I got to spend some great time with my family, learning a lot about a lot of different areas, seeing a lot of colleges, and I am just very grateful and thankful that I'm able to do that. One, for the experience, and two, just because it's cool to be able to do that stuff with your family. It is, or with whomever else you decide to do it with. So, let me jump right into today's topic because I know it's probably gonna spark a few comments, which is fine. Which is fine. We can always debate these things. But as I indicated, today is the last Friday before the end of summer, i.e., Labor Day. Labor Day is the traditionally the close of everything summerish, right? Because on Tuesday, school is back in and we're back to business as usual, whatever that may be. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about today, uh, in lieu of the fact that we are running into Labor Day pretty soon, is a topic that we very rarely talk about, and that is outsourcing. Yep, that's right. Outsourcing. That means pawning off the stuff that you don't want to do to somebody else. That's right. That's really what it comes down to. Uh, and here, I'm going to tell you some benefits. First off, let me tell you this. When I finished college down in University of Michigan and then went to Wayne State for grad school, when I finished at Wayne State, uh, I went my first career right out of grad school was actually as an IT consultant. I did it for several years, probably like 8 9 years, where I worked for a smaller company, about 10 15 employees, a medium sized company, I don't know, 100 employees, and a large company, well, large, above that, all in the IT fields, IT consulting fields. All of them had different niches and whatnot. And I can tell you this: uh, I was a virtual employee for each of those companies. That's right. They hired me to transport myself and meet the client's needs wherever they were. Essentially, I was virtual, right? My first company that I worked for was actually located in Texas. I lived in Michigan. The second company I worked for, the office that I worked out of, was actually in Detroit, but as things would have it, I worked in New Jersey and California. And the third company I worked with was actually out of California, and I was working in Texas. So in all of those situations, very few of them, like I said, I was in the IT field for about 8 9 years, and I spent maybe a total of 30 days throughout all of those companies actually being located and work going to the offices that I was actually for the companies that I was actually working for. That by definition means that I was a virtual employee. I had a ball doing it. It was great for me. It was great for the companies that I work for, and it was great for our clients. Okay. Now, that said, let's fast forward 15, 20 years. Today, I have a virtual team. My office manager and the lady that you all talk to if you ever give us a call is actually located in Alabama. She's a wonderful lady. She does a great job, and I get to be here in Michigan, right? We have virtual team members that live across the world that do various things for me. At one point in time, I used to outsource my report preparation to a company in India. I used to, SCI just recently had a logo made for a thing that I'm doing by a gentleman in Jamaica. I used to work with this guy who worked in Costa Rica, even though he was American. So I guess that makes him an expat. Now, what was really interesting about all this stuff is that all of these people had a various specific set of a various specific skill set that they used, and they transported to wherever they were, and we were all able to work together to do what we needed to do, and it just worked, right? Even today, even more on a personal note, I don't cut my grass anymore. I know that sounds like a silly thing, but it's true. I don't cut my grass. Why do I cut my grass? Because when I cut my grass, it takes me about 2.5 to 3 hours to cut it. I got to cut it, got to rake it, got to mow it, got to pick the crap up. All of this stuff that I'm doing, or I can do like my wife told me I probably should have done a few years ago, where I could hire the guy that does it for $25. Takes him and his team maybe 15, 20 minutes, because they have one of those big industrial lawnmowers. Takes them 25 minutes tops. And let's be honest, they don't really spend 25 minutes doing my lawn. They spend, let's see, the guy who they come with a big power professional mower. They hit it. That guy is probably done in maybe 10 minutes. Then somebody else comes along, edges it. Another guy comes along, blows it, and boom, they're done. It takes them maybe total, and I'm assuming each of them have a different pay rate, but it takes them total maybe 15 minutes, and they're done. And it's, if you blink, if you're in the back of the house, you probably don't even know they came. They came, gone, the grass is cut, you don't even know. I mean, that is outsourcing today, right? Now, here's how that benefits me when I outsource stuff. One, like I said, when I cut the grass, it takes me 3 hours to do it. That's 3 hours. And if let's say I'm making $100 an hour is my hourly rate, that's $300. If I pay them $25, they're able to get everything done. Everything that I would do, probably even better, because let's be honest, if I'm doing it, I'm probably not edging every day or every time that I cut the grass. They're able to get it done all for $25 a cut, saving me $275 worth of productivity time. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I'm always productive during that time, but if nothing else, I get the job done and I don't have to worry about it. But it does allow me that additional 3 hours to go do something else. Like, I don't know, go hang out with the kids at the pool, or I don't know, do some more work. I mean, I can use the time however I want. But the point is, outsourcing is not all bad. And more to the point, it's been happening for a really, really, really long time. Each of the companies that I work for would be considered one of the more reputable companies in the industry, right? That I mentioned earlier. And like I said, they've been doing it for a long time. So on this Labor Day, I told you I was going to give you a couple of tips. On this Labor Day, as you're enjoying time with your family, barbecuing, getting those last cues in, getting those last hot dogs in, I don't know if you all know this, but this is officially the end of hot dog season. Something to think about. And preparing for the beginning of the new school year. Just think about what are some of the things that you're currently doing that's probably better off suited for somebody else to do. I don't know. Maybe one of those things is, like I said, take it easy, cutting the grass, or folding clothes, or even doing your laundry. To be honest with you, my children don't know this yet, but I've got a list of things that they're about to do. And if you don't do it already, that's a perfect way to start. So outsourcing by in and itself is not all a bad thing. Just make it work for you. All righty. And like I said, it's already happening. All righty. I hope this helps. And I want to see some comments, because I know it's going to generate a bunch. But let's talk about it. All righty. See you guys later.